Right. So, what episode are we on now? 4, 5? I genuinely don't know. But yeah, this episode is going to be about animation. And a bit of art stuff too, but mostly just animation. So, the struggles of being an animator. It's in the title. But, more specifically, the struggles of being an animator with ADHD and no money. See, I have a webtoon that I animate, for those who don't know, and back when I first started working on it, I didn't even have a proper animation software. I drew the frames in an art app called IBIS Paint X, then edited the things together in an editing app called InShot, which I eventually switched to the editing app CapCut. So, I have been looking into getting Adobe Animate or Flash Animate, whatever it's called, but it's like nearly 25 Canadian a month. And, as stated earlier, I don't have a ton of money. Most of it goes to, car stuffs, rent, as well as like food, and, totally none of it goes to funding my Red Bull addiction or anything. But Adobe is out of the question. I know a few cool animators that use it, but it's just not for me. Price wise, that is. Oh, but Jake, it's only $25 a month. It's not that expensive. Actually, it is. See, I have 3 other subscriptions a month that I already pay for. I'm like paying 12 for one of them, 8 for another, and 5 for the last one. So, that added up with my already non-existent money makes it hard for me to pay that extra 25 each month. And no, don't just tell me to cancel my other subscriptions to pay for it. I'm not losing my member benefits for YouTube, and I'm not losing my subscription for Twitch. Also, a friend of mine uses the last one from time to time too, and I'd like to keep that as well. Moving away from all that, and, Adobe Animate, before I ramble any further on it, let's talk about another art and animation software, Clip Studio Paint, also used by a cool animator I quite like. They have an animation version you can get, and I'm currently, as of recording this episode, saving up to get it. It does cost nearly 300 Canadian, mind you, so it will take a while. But Jake, you just said that 25 was too much. Why save up for 300? No one probably asked. Well, the 25 was 25 a month. For eternity. This is just one payment of 300 and it's mine for good. I can save up for that all I want and then never have to pay it again. See, the way that my brain works half the time is that I'll genuinely want to do something, but my brain won't let me. Sometimes, like, I'll have the idea for an animation or gotcha video and I'll want to do it, but my brain just convinces me that it will be too much work half the time, and as much as I'd want to get up and do that thing, even if it is just, like, something small and simple, my brain just doesn't let me. Like, I'll be sat on my phone doom scrolling TikTok for nearly hours because my brain doesn't want me to get up and do anything else. That, or I'll want to do something but forget what it was not even 5 minutes later, then just give up and not worry about it. Like, I've mentioned this before, but I can remember something full detail from almost 5 years ago, but I want to remember something 5 minutes ago, and my mind goes blank. If I have something important I need to remember, I have to make note of it or write it down so I don't forget. Because if I don't think about something for long enough, I'll just forget about it entirely, unless I actually get reminded of it again and somehow remember. My friends even turned it into an inside joke about me quote-unquote having short-term memory loss, which, I don't, by the way. Now that I've gotten so sidetracked because I could start off by thinking about McDonald's and somehow end up thinking about World War III from that, let's get back on track. So, Clip Studio Paint. I've looked into it, done some research, and I'm currently saving up for it. As for art apps, aside from animation, I do have Krita on my laptop, which is what I use to animate the second half of the Dan and Jason episode. But it's not the best in my opinion. I only got it because it was a free alternative that a friend recommended I check out. As for apps on my iPad, I have Procreate, which was like close to 15, I think. I really can't remember. That, and there's the extra money technically, because I bought some custom brushes for like off of Etsy for it once. I still use IBIS Paint from time to time too, but like I mostly just use Procreate now. I'll also still use MS Paint from time to time because it updated to have layers, and when I found out, I was like, yo, greatest update in the history of history. Wait, wasn't this supposed to be me talking about the struggles of being an animator with ADHD? I mostly just talked about my money issues and various art programs I used. Well, long story not so short, as this already went on long enough. I have way too poor of memory for someone my age. I struggle to do basic things sometimes because my brain won't physically let me, and top it all off, I have the personality of a child. Or, so I've been told on that last one. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this episode, so I don't ramble anymore or get sidetracked and talk about whatever. As I said, I have the memory of a fish and the attention span of, oh, hey, look, a bird. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Cue the outro. Bye.